All right, let's get cooking. Welcome to the latest edition of Chin Check Sports Radio. I'm your host, JD. I want to thank you all for taking the time out to join us. And as always, we welcome any suggestions, feedback, comments, and criticisms, which improves the quality of our program, which ultimately improves your listening experience. Before we get started, I want to tell all of you thank you for your tremendous support. People are slowly but surely finding out about who we are and what we do. They enjoy and respect the passion with which we speak. But as we always say here at Chin Check Sports Radio, we do this because we love it, as we are simply sharing our passions with you all as we continue to build our listening army to take over the world. You know that we are your go-to on YouTube for Dallas Cowboys coverage throughout the NFL season, as well as any and all Dallas Cowboys coverage. Continuing on with the 2024 Dallas Cowboys, Week 14 on the road against the Carolina Panthers. Let's jump right into our numbers. Quarterback Cooper Rush with probably his best game since taking over for the injured Dak Prescott. 18 of 29 attempts, 214 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, but 1 fumble. Rico Dowdle, 25 carries, 149 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 9 catches, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jalen Tolbert and Jalen Brooks each with a touchdown. On the defensive side, Donovan Wilson, 5 total tackles, 5 solo. Henry Kendricks, 5 total tackles, 2 solo. Maris Leofau, 5 total tackles, 2 solo, 1 tackle, 4 loss. Chauncey Golston, 4 total tackles, 4 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle, 4 loss. Micah Parsons, 4 total tackles, 3 solo, 2 sacks, 1 tackle, 4 loss. Osa Adigizua, 4 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle, 4 loss. The guy who screwed the play up last week, Obiware, 3 total tackles, 3 solo. Jordan Lewis, 3 total tackles, 2 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle, 4 loss. Eric Kendricks with 1 interception and Israel Mukwamu with 1 interception. Folks, we don't go off 7 wins, nor do we overreact to losses. Well, Cowboys did what he had to do. We're not going to sit up here and brag and kind of beat our chest that we beat the Carolina Panthers, even though, funny, they were 2-point favorites because people said they have been playing better in the previous weeks. But the Cowboys did what he had to do, beating on a team that was 3-10. And at this point, what the season holds for the Cowboys are clearly not going to make the playoffs. As we stated, guys are playing for jobs. Clearly, Cooper Rush had his best game. We didn't like the fumble at the end of the first half, which leads the league in red zone turnovers, and Cooper Rush has a serious fumbling problem. However, that should not negate the fact that he played his best game since taking over for Dak Prescott. Other than that, we really don't know what to say. Nothing really to brag on. Again, guys should be playing for jobs this season. That's just what it is. The Cowboys seem to suffer more injuries on the offensive line. We definitely don't want to miss our oldest friend, Al. Definitely want to give a shout out to you and your new wife in the beautiful city of Charlotte. So we definitely have to give Charlotte and most importantly you and my new sister-in-law a shout out. But definitely really nothing else to really sit and write home about. From what I understand, a lot of Cowboys fans was actually in Carolina. So I don't know, are these people who are Cowboys fans who live in Charlotte or people from Dallas who has traveled to the game? I'm going to lean towards the people who actually live in the Charlotte metro area who are actually Cowboys fans who actually went to the game. And other than that, the Cowboys are going to keep on going. Folks, before Cowboys fans get started, we're probably going to lose Osa in the offseason. He's playing himself for a new contract. Remember, he was drafted in 2021 along with Micah Parsons. And, of course, the Cowboys are definitely going to keep Micah Parsons. At this point, it's really a no-brainer. And all the idiots who was talking about trading Micah Parsons, it was just absurd. However, we still hope that Micah Parsons will just keep his mouth shut. But the Cowboys are probably going to lose Osa, and it's well-deserved. He's been definitely a solid player. He was definitely one of the players that we should try to keep. But, of course, as with the nature of the NFL, it's a business, and everybody can't get any money. So we definitely know they're probably going to lose him in the offseason. Trevon Diggs. Folks, this is the second year in a row that Trevon Diggs has suffered a serious season-ending injury after signing his big contract. Now, here at Chin Check Sports Radio, we are all about players making their money. We're all about players signing their contract, understanding the lifespan of an NFL player is not that long. So we're happy for that. However, really haven't gotten much return on that investment with the contract. Then reports was revealed that the Cowboys are not pleased in Trevon's his rehab efforts. So clearly that's a problem. So we don't know what's going to happen there. We would like to say it's been 2 seasons, time for some contract restructuring because, again, and we're talking about torn ACLs and very serious knee injuries, that you keep having too many more of those is going to limit his effectiveness as a top flight corner. Because, yes, there was a point in time before the injuries that Trevon Diggs was seen as one of the best cornerbacks in football, and it's not even up for debate. So, hey, it is what it is. Cowboys did what he had to do. Up next, the NFC South leading Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And until the next time, it's Chin Check. Oh, before we forget, folks, this is why you come to us. Clearly, we really don't talk college football, only really about the draft and what pertains to the Dallas Cowboys. Running back Ashton Jeanty from the Boise State Broncos. That should be the Cowboys' target. I understand Rico Dowdle has emerged as a top running back, but this is really no conversation to be had. You go get that kid and be done with it. There's nothing to talk about. We're also going to talk about, and I know we're doing this a little bit prematurely, but I'm starting to hear the whispers already about the Cowboys shouldn't spend a first-round draft pick on a running back where they can just get any running back. But folks, the facts are, and again, and that's why you come to us. The facts are, and not saying this kid is going to be a Hall of Famer, but the facts are that the majority of your Hall of Fame running backs are all drafted in the first round. And we put that on Twitter. And only pretty much told them that if you take away Thurman Thomas, Curtis Martin, and we're missing one more who was not drafted in the first round. Yeah, so Curtis Martin, Thurman Thomas, and we're missing one more who was not drafted in the first round. And Terrell Davis. There you go. And I proved that a majority of the Hall of Fame running backs was drafted in the first round. So some guy tries to say, well, that's a bygone era. Okay, then tell me right now, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Christian McCaffrey were all drafted in the first round. Stop. Just stop. And we're probably missing one. We also told them that, yes, even Derrick Henry, even though he was drafted in the second round, but Derrick Henry was a second running back in that draft taken. So it is something to just put in perspective when folks try to tell you, well, we could just get a running back anywhere. I don't think that is necessarily the case. All the top teams right now have first-round running backs. So it is something just keep in mind. But that's conversation for another day. It's something that we kind of like to just put out there. But it's Chin Check Sports Radio. Until the next time, we're signing out.